I'm Antoun, and I'm here to conclude our series, What Feeds Your Spirit? Thank you to all the people who have been presenters in this project. I cannot tell you how much I have learned from you and about you. You have all been a blessing. Thank you very much. I wanted to wrap up today with a few words about spiritual style preferences. It's not a science by any means, but it's kind of fun to learn about and think about where you might fall in these four styles. The first style is the word style. People who have a preference for the word style are people for whom the words of sermons are important, hymns, a well-structured prayer, a confession. For me, it's children's books. I think all the wisdom of the world can be found in children's books. And now that I'm rereading so many of them to my granddaughters, I'm reminded about how important words are and how powerful. Another spiritual style is that of emotion. People whose preference is emotion are people who love to express their spirituality through music, drama, dance, poetry. It's an art. That's the other one I wanted to mention. For me, it's the piano. I love to sit here and bang on the piano and play hymns that I've had for my whole life and play songs that I played at my senior piano recital that I'm massacring greatly, but I still get great joy out of playing on the piano. Another preference is a symbol preference. These are people who get a lot from nature, the mountains, the ocean, forests, and all kinds of different objects. I shared a few years ago with the women in women's spirituality what I like to call my Presbyterian rosary. And on it, I have things that remind me of different people whom I love. For instance, I've got a locket with my parents' picture, another locket with a picture of my mother and father-in-law, and items that represent my children, my grandchildren, and of course my husband. And then the last style I wanted to talk to you about was the action style. This style is the style maybe that I most admire. These are people with this preference are the people who run the yard sale, cook the men's dinner, the people who are responsible for missions, church missions, and different projects with outreach. For me, it used to be my teaching, but now that I'm retired, I kind of center that on my family. I wanted to share one last thing that I've been doing just recently. During these dark times, sometimes it's been hard to find things that are good. So I have started my own gratitude journal, and all it is a little notebook, and I don't write long sentences. I just make a list of a few things during the day that I'm grateful for. I don't include the really obvious things like family and food and house. I mean, that's all pretty obvious, and of course I thank God for that every day. But in my journal where I just jot down 2 or 3 things, it's things that I really have to kind of look for through the day and remind myself that there is much to be grateful for. In fact, I'm giving out gratitude journals to many of my family members here at Christmas time. It's been a rough year, and I can only hope and pray that you're having a really good Christmas season. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year. And as Tiny Tim said, God bless us, everyone.